Hi, Malachy here from Sow A Lawn Country Life. Just going to go through today how to sow a lawn and what grass seeds to use. So basically in the area here behind me, I'm just going to do a small section just as a demonstration for today. The ground has been rotivated, so the ground has actually been softened, and we've had rain, so there's moisture in the ground. So it's always a good idea to sow grass seed when you expect rain in the short term. And the two best periods in the year to sow grass really are kind of April, early May, and also in September into very early October, but that's about it then from there on. Moisture is the main problem, so that if you sow seed and it stays dry for too long, the grass can actually fail, you see, so that's the main reason. It's a good idea to fertilise as well. We have Grow More fertiliser here, which is in a large bucket there. That's a nice general feed that goes on somewhere around an ounce per square yard or so. And the grass seeds then is your next choice. So you have a couple of different versions. We have one on the outside on the right here. That's a shady lawn mix. So if you have trees in your garden, or maybe large hedges, or even simply a building that shades the garden, that mixture will be slightly better than a more regular grass seed mixture. You also have a wild lawn meadow. So essentially that's wildflowers mixed in with grass seed. And the idea is that you would sow that and you will have poppies and grasses coming through at the same time. In the long run it'll revert back to grass, but in the short term it'll be quite nice with poppies and wildflowers in it. Just on the front here we have a multi-purpose grass seed, which is the same as the large bag here, and essentially they're what most people will use in gardening circles. There's a #1 grass seed mix, which is a very fine grass seed. That's this one here. Now the problem with that is it's for people who want a very fine finish and will put a little bit of work into their lawn, because it does require mowing more regularly, more fertilising and more care that way. So most people will opt for the #2 mixture, which is the leisure lawn and the multi-purpose grass seed here. They are more normal, easy to maintain. Just cut your grass every 7 days or so and you're good. There is actually a fast grass as well, so people sometimes, if they have left it a little bit too late and they're nervous about sowing ordinary grass seed, the fast grass has been kind of pre-germinated and has a coating on it, which enables it to germinate very quickly, usually about 3 to 4 days, whereas normal grass seed will be about 10 to 14 days before it'll come up, depending on the time of year. So essentially that's it on the grass seeds. Most of them get sown in around an ounce per square yard as well. Ideally you wouldn't sow the fertiliser and sow the seeds together in one go. They can be done on the same day but not mixed together, because the saltiness of the fertiliser can actually damage the seed itself. So normally you put on the grass seed at that rate. The preparation on the soil, so normally you rake it to a fairly level, whatever you're happy with, a good even level. Remove large stones. Stones themselves are actually no harm, it's just for the lawnmower later on, so you need to get rid of the large stones off the surface. Level it as best you can, and then you firm it in with your feet. So they call it the gardener's shuffle, where you use your feet to gently compact the surface of the soil and rake it off. Then finally sow your grass seed and one more rake. So it sounds like a lot of raking, but actually it's fairly fast, it's not too bad, you know. So essentially that's how it is done. Your first grass cutting with a lawnmower would usually be around 4 weeks from sowing, when the grass is in and around 2 inches high or so. But you must set your lawnmower in a high setting so that you don't literally rip the baby grass out of the ground. So you tread carefully first, you take off a little bit, and then the grass will multiply and bush up, so it won't be torn out of the ground at that stage. So roughly most grass should be cut at 7 to 10 days. That'll give you a nice grass, nice and thick. If you leave it grow tall and then scalp it, which a lot of Irish people do, that encourages moss and weeds to get a hold, because the grass is weakened. It's been kind of defoliated too much. So that's the few general rules anyway, and we'll get cracking and I'll show you how to prepare the garden. Now, so I've put down the fertiliser and the grass seed, and I've gently raked it in as well, just to bury the seed slightly, so that it's in contact with the soil and will remain moist until it germinates. So that's essentially it. Now you ought to stay off of it until the grass has germinated, so try and keep dogs and maybe children off of the area until the grass is properly established, so that it has a chance to bed in. It also might be worth noting as well that this area here is actually an old vegetable garden of mine, where I'm giving the ground a rest, so I'm going to put it back to grass for a little while because I have a new vegetable garden started. So that's why there's a couple of weeds here and things like that. But for what I want is here to give the ground a little bit of rest and leave nature take its course again. But the procedure for sowing a fine lawn in your garden is exactly the same, so it's the same principle. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope it helps.